Well, we had a question.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Before we start,
Oh my bad.
acknowledge the viewers. You look great.
Okay, we had a question from one of our supporters, and she asked, "Does jealousy happen over time?" Now, there's a lot to be said on this topic, but I am going to start off by saying I think it does happen over time, only because some people really, really grow to love and to care about who they're with. What do you think?
I think jealousy has always been there. I think it's like a natural part of people to be a little jealous. A little jealousy, it might be, oh, that's jealous, oh, that's cute, but like people who are just like really jealous, I think they've been really jealous from the jump, but they were just hiding it at first.
Oh, I can understand that. I can see why you would think that. I think that like I said before, people just over time learn to really care about what they have in a person, and they don't want anybody else to have it. So that's a main reason, why they could be jealous. Or, maybe they grown with somebody and they were ugly duckling at first, and now they just got cute and hot.
And everybody checking for them.
Yep, everybody checking for them. Ain't nobody checking for you. And, you don't want nobody to potentially take your person, your mate, your girlfriend, boyfriend, friend,
Okay, I get that. But what about this? Because you were saying how, you grow, like say you were with somebody in high school and they were really checking for them, they were ugly duckling, blah, blah, blah. So are you really jealous of them, so to speak? Because, not everybody is like all eyes on them, and it's not necessarily like a jealousy where somebody's gonna take them, but it's like a envious type thing where, oh, well, this person's getting all this attention now, and I'm kind of just over here,
I guess it could be that, like that. I just don't. I don't know. I just
growing into jealousy, or
well, yeah, I can see how they would grow into it, but I don't see how a person would not know these signs before.
well, people lie about being jealous.
Yeah, I know they do.
So because they know it's unattractive, like somebody who's just, what you doing? Where you at? Where you been? Who was that? Who you on the phone with? Nobody want to be a part of that. So that person's gonna send a representative when you guys first meet, and once they feel comfortable enough, then they start throwing little hints or little, oh well, who are you on the phone with? Who was that, baby?
And they settle it first, and then they want to punch your face off at the end, when you piss them off. But I mean, jealousy is a major thing, because I think jealousy segues into something else, something more, worse in a relationship. Because it's like, first it's jealousy, then you get hit. So I think you kind of have to watch out for those signs. But to answer the question, I believe that maybe it's both. Maybe it's something that people already possess, and maybe it's something that can be developed over time. But either way, you have to watch out for it.
Yes.
You have to know the signs, and you have to be mindful of why these people are jealous if they are, because maybe they see something that you don't.
Right.
And something could potentially be avoided, if you just pay attention and kind of communicate properly.
So is that going to like a little protection then maybe? Like, say you're with somebody and you know that they're a little naive about certain situations, and when people may come up to them, like I know what happens with men and women all the time. Like women know other women, and women, well, they have like a women's intuition. So if you were a dude and you got this woman over here, talking to your dude, and he might not see the signs, but you already peeped her and you know what her game is, and she's trying to get your man.
Yeah, well, I think the way I would handle that is I would just, keep an open line of communication. Because if you communicate, and if your partner or your friend or whatever, if y'all have a decent relationship, a solid friendship first, you know, your friend's not gonna think that you're telling any stories. And when your stories add up,
Right.
then, you know, there should be any reason why your friend wouldn't believe you when you say, hey, I saw the way that chick was looking at you. I don't think her intentions were what she says they were, you know. And I would go as far as to test her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just to prove that I know, I could sense, I feel that this person is not who they say they are.
Right.
You know, because a lot of people do get jealous because of things like that. Because they see things that could potentially happen and they want to keep people from it. But you know, people are people.
Right.
You know, but if you don't have a friendship or are communicating on that level, you know, then you can't just come out of nowhere and say, hey, I don't like this person, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Or, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You have to have established that at the beginning.
But sometimes that's how it comes. Like, and you're right. Communication is key because I think that people don't know how to communicate that, and they might necessarily, because I hear a lot of times it's not necessarily what you say, but how you say it. So if you got somebody with that, and you know all of that, and what you doing talking to them, and you know why you let him be all up in your face, or why you let her be all up in your face, and you know she trying to, you know, if you just calm down for a minute and say, hey, you know, I think this, and this, and you know, if you don't believe me, then try it and see what happens. Right. Especially if that person knows that you're with somebody. How grimy is that too? You know, for somebody to try to homewreck.
Yeah, and people do that.
Mm-hmm.
The type that, you know, doesn't communicate properly to people. You're not going to be susceptible to people telling you what they see around you.
Right.
You're just not going to go for it because y'all haven't had that type of relationship in the past. So it's like, why all of a sudden are you trying to tell me to look out for this person and look out for that person,
right,
when you haven't been trying to tell me before? So you have to have that communication and that respect. And these are people that you call friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they're your friends and you feel like, you know, you have a reason to be jealous, there's no reason really to be jealous if you just communicate your feelings.
Right.
You know, because there's a difference. There's a difference in being jealous, acting jealous, going through the phones, going through the social media, which is what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah.
But there's a difference, you know, there really is. You don't have to display jealous tendencies if you feel uneasy about a situation. That's just a reaction, I think.
That's true. But what about like insecurities? Like, before we go into that, jealousy stems from insecurity.
Yeah, and I think that with communication, if you are communicating, once again, you know, if you're communicating with your partner, there's no reason to be insecure because he's going to tell you everything or she's going to tell you everything, you know, and you're going to believe her because, or you're going to believe him because that's the type of relationship that you have, you know? Go ahead.
Oh, no, when you say communication and, you know, talking and telling everything, is there a trust issue too then? If there's jealousy in a relationship, is there some type of trust issue?
Yeah, but if you're open about everything, open and honest about everything, why would anybody have any kind of trust issues? It's only when you've been caught either lying or, you know, withholding some type of truth or withholding anything that should have been said. You know, that's when people get offended and be on the fence because they're like, well, it's a possibility because I've caught this person before.
Right.
So it's a possibility that I didn't get the whole story. So then you're gonna be, you know, a little uneasy about the situation, and you may get jealous or you know what I'm saying, you may feel like, okay, this person is lying, so I don't know what to think. So I'm just gonna act like, you know what I'm saying, like a crazy man and be jealous.
All right. What about God, I lost my train of thought.
That's social media.
Yes. What about the social media? You know, I saw you like this picture. Why you liking that nigga picture?
I mean,